Hello, I'm sleeveless. It's a bit embarrassing actually, because the only other time I've done a video in a t-shirt it was this t-shirt. So it now looks as if I've only got one t-shirt. There you go. Summer's coming, you will have the chance to see an array of t-shirts. I've got at least 3. I know when I was in my 20s, I did used to think, you know, 2 pair of jeans, I suppose, 2 pairs of Levi's, 5 white t-shirts, pair of flip-flops, that's 5 days a week. I still kind of think like that. Now, today I had a little arrival in the post. I like to buy tarot cards that are already used. I really like the feel of someone having handled them for ages. Doesn't matter if it's me or not to me. So we've got the Gilded Tarot. It's a very popular deck and I've been after it for a while, and in this popped out this tiny little card which has a little spread on it, and it's just a little daily spread, and I thought, you know what, let's do that one for the weekend. So this is the weekend reading for, she looks at her little moon and stars watch, the 8th and 9th of April. Again, I did my reading yesterday, which was advising everybody to be the elephant and to be majestic and don't get into fights and to walk away, and have managed to spend today falling out with people almost all day long. Today was a 7 of Wands day for me. I need to work on my serenity. I mean, I even did the serenity prayer, didn't I? This is the problem with daily videos, that you can be evidenced. And then I went against my own advice. Mind you, that's exactly what advice is for, isn't it? Everyone goes against their own advice. Now then. These 2 dropped on the floor, but they're going in anyway. So we've got 1 and 2. 3. 4. If I like this, I might adopt it for a few days. I never like to do anything every day, but now and again. So we have work, home, unexpected, your role, and outcome. So let's look at work. Ooh, certainly the case for me. 2 of Swords. These cards are really colourful, which is why I wanted them. How cool is that? And it's kind of got like an 80s concept album cover feel, haven't they? Airbrushy and yeah, quite rock and roll. Slightly rock and roll tarot cards, like these. Anywho, she's got like a cosmic blindfold on and the 2 swords like this. Some of us in our work life need to make a decision. I know this is certainly the case for me, and I have felt Mercury retrograde. I always feel Mercury retrograde. I tell you honestly, it's the one thing, if I ever think to myself, God, you know, what's all this astrology stuff about, Gemma? Really? You know, Mercury retrograde comes and I realise, yes, astrology is true. Every bloody time, every single time. And I get it for a few days beforehand, and what happens with my Mercury retrograde is a few days beforehand it will start coming in pretty strong, and then it's okay in about the middle of it, and then as soon as I think, oh my god, we're reaching the end, there will be a final kick in the butt towards the end of something just so ridiculous you couldn't believe it. So last night I went to the pub quiz with my mum and a few friends, like I said on my video, and I managed to put my car keys and house keys in her handbag. That's so Mercury retrograde. So we come out of the place and I realise that I haven't got my keys. I ask all around the club, nobody's seen them, not in lost property. And we're going home. I'm having a bit of a crisis because it's my 2 car keys and my house key and all the rest of it. So, but at the same time, I am slightly reassured because one thing I know about losing stuff when Mercury's retrograde, and it happens to me all the time and it will happen to you, is it comes back because it's like a boomerang. So you'll either get it back almost straight away or certainly by the end of the retrograde. So I wasn't feeling too bad, but I was just intrigued to know how they were going to turn up. So Mum lends me a spare key, and then next thing you know, she's gone home, they're in her handbag. So back they came, and I thought, right, it's on. Mercury retrograde is on. And then today, just more and more and more fallouts with people, misunderstandings. So I would say I'm trying to be positive about Mercury retrograde, and there are positive things such as old problems, anything from the past, having a do-over of it, previous job offers coming back to you, which they will, probably new and improved, even lovers coming back, although new and improved, not always. But just be doubly careful. It's that energy where somebody misunderstands a text, you send reply to all in a private email, it's that kind of thing. I'm already having some of these moments, just watch yourselves. And we have decisions to make about work, but I would imagine Venus and Mercury retrograde, we're not really clear until May. Whatever we may think about how much we're making a decision, we're not, probably. We probably will find it resolves itself when the retrogrades go the right way again. So we now have home. 10 of Swords in the reverse. Good. We'll have it in the reverse. It's quite cool actually, this one. What I do like about this, in the Rider-Waite, they're stuck right into the back and there's blood, you know, and also in the Mythic Tarot. But in this one, they are more cosmically hanging. So you haven't quite made contact, but who are they fooling? Anyway, it's in the reverse. To me, swords in the reverse are dropping out. The energy is leaving us. So a cycle at home, 10 is the end of a cycle. Something has reached its denouement. There's a completion of aggravation or strife or worry. It's reached its end of its cycle. I sometimes see that kind of cycle as the, whatever the name is for the snake that eats itself. It's had its cycle. 3. The unexpected. Oh God. Most tarot readers I know can remain serene, but my filter is off today. Oh, my filter is off. Okay, this is the unexpected. The Tower. It's in the reverse. This is a double dose of unexpected then, because the Tower is unexpected anyway, and it's unexpected, but at least it's in the reverse. So it loses some of its hideous kind of suddenness. So I would say it wasn't as unexpected as all that. Something that we have been holding together by a thread may well collapse over the weekend. It's the beginning of Mercury retrograde anyway. If there are losses, there are gains at the end of the retrograde period. That's the way it works. And also, don't expect closure or clarity on this. Just stay like this. Go with the flow with it. Go with the flow. Don't try and convince anyone of anything. Don't try and make sudden changes, contracts, nothing. Go with the flow. Just be an observer. Just like you're watching a river. When they say, I think Heraclitus the Greek, you never step into the same river twice. Panta-rei, everything changes. Accept the big, or I'm into my quotes today, T.S. Eliot, the river is a big brown god, I think he said in one of his poems. Watch everything, just watch it all go down the river. Watch it all go down. Don't try and fish it out. Don't try and chase it. You can't control the river. Always changing. Just be a nice observer on the riverbank and watch it go. Your role. Fool in the reverse. I would say with this is not to take risks. The Fool is a jester in this. It's so brilliant. Look, he's juggling the whole zodiac. It's amazing. And in the tarot, he's 0. He starts the journey. He has a dog with him. And I'll tell you how I know about this. I've got to tell you this actually, because this is so much fun. Today I bought Colour Your Own Tarot. No, I'm not on commission, and I'm not saying I particularly recommend this kit, because there's different ones you can get with different kinds of pictures. But either way, because I'm not very well, I thought, why not get 78 blank tarot cards and my son's pencil crayons and colour them in. And I've done one, because it took ages, and I'm not that artistic. And it's the Fool. He's pretty Mediterranean looking there. But because I'm colouring them in, I'm learning more about them. I'm meditating on them more. And I notice with the Fool, the dog is snapping at his heels and trying to tell him he's going off the edge of a cliff. Now, those kind of risks, sometimes with not in a retrograde period, can pay off. That kind of attitude of just tripping on as the Fool, starting your journey, can be very beneficial. With these retrogrades and the Mercury energy, I would say it's time to be risk averse. That's your role. Just don't try and change it. Observe the detritus floating down the river, along with the flowers and the nice things and the boats and the fish. Shh. But don't try and hop in after anything. Don't take risks. God, some strong cards. Outcome, 10 of Wands in the reverse. Good. This is what's been happening. This is what I've been doing. This is what lots of us have been doing. It's what lots of people do these days in the kind of world we live in. Packing it all in. Packing everything in. Home life, family, money, children, friends, family, you name it. Putting that extra thing on your back until you just can't hold it up anymore. This is in reverse. In reverse, I always feel like it's being at the end of a long journey, getting off the train and just dropping your bags on the floor, just dropping the ones and just saying, do you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't hold all this up anymore, and I don't actually have to. I'm just gonna observe the river flowing by. Very strong energy, people. It's obviously a lot going on, but with 2 retrogrades, there will be. And I have to give a shout out. I've been giving shout outs for tarot people who inspire me. My shout out for, well, there'll be one every day probably, but Pisces April 2017 reading. I just listened to a guy called Radiant Reality, who I like anyway, but I like him even more now because he dropped the F-bomb 4 times in my reading. I love it, because on the sly, I'm quite a sweary Mary, but I do keep a lid on it for my videos because I know that some people don't like it. But when he did it, I thought, you know, you're paving the way for all of us. Harmony. Yes. Yeah, this person is in the woods and also playing music on a lyre, which has notes that have different intervals of harmony. Try to stay harmonious with other people. It's really difficult in Mercury retrograde. In Mercury retrograde, there you go. That is what Mercury retrograde is all about. Stay harmonious. See the good side of things. It will certainly help us through these testing times. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm so close to 2,000 subscribers, people. Also, check out your monthly 2017 astrological readings on my playlist. If you want a private reading, book it down below on my PayPal link. See you soon. Bye.